Welcome back. Let me turn down the audio on my side a little bit. You won't hear a difference on your side. Welcome back. I told you I wouldn't be back until there was something to talk about. Welcome back, everybody who stuck around. They're waiting patiently. They're accumulating on big red candles instead of buying the big green candles. Be a value buyer. You buy the low price car when you buy the car when it's on sale. You buy the bread when it's on sale. You buy the eggs when it's on sale. You buy the house when it's on sale. Same thing for these appreciating assets. Okay, because this is an appreciation. No matter what dip you've experienced, it's an appreciation of these assets since 15.6K. Again, if you haven't been here, called a reversal right around here. Called a reversal to 32K. We got, what did we get? We got 32K. All right. So if you haven't been paying attention this whole time, real quick, I've been calling a big bump and run reversal pattern the number one reversal pattern in all of trading. Sorry if I'm being very straightforward right now, but I've been calling this since right here, the bottom of this trend line. Obviously the trend line hasn't been here that long, but is the start of the trend line. All right, very similar pattern to what's going on here. Obviously it's not going to be exactly the same. It has played out pretty much exactly the same up until this little $20,000 touch. Okay, and we just have to understand how these patterns work. This orange trend line here could have been drawn from here if we were paying attention enough. If I was paying attention enough, we could have drew this trend line here long ago enough. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. So what we are looking at previously, we're going to go over Bitcoin and we're going to go over a few other coins I'm looking at. All these altcoins, they follow what Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin's about to dump, the coins will probably dump. If Bitcoin's about to pump, same thing's going to happen for these altcoins. So keep that in mind as always. If you're bullish or bearish on a coin, keep that in mind with what's happening with Bitcoin. We're going to zoom in with what's happening with Bitcoin right now. We're going to try to keep it as simple as possible. We don't need the moving average lines to talk about what I'm about to talk about. So move those out the way. Volume profile, yeah, we kind of need that. So what's going on is we chop sideways. We got a bull. We dropped from here from a falling column that we had going on here. I would draw it. I'm not that quick at drawing the falling column. So just trust me. That's what a falling column looks like. We keep falling in within a range. Last video I talked about, what did I say? Raise your hand if you remember what I said about this chop action. We're going to chop all the way back down to 27K, right? All right. Then if you were listening, you remember that. We chopped all the way down to 27K in the falling column pattern. We hit this 180-day trend line and we broke through it, unfortunately. But if you're the type of person that's just accumulating on dumps, this is a happy day for you. This is a great day. This is a great day all the way to 25K, 24K on some exchanges. This is a great day. All right, so we broke below this trend line. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. It's always the fourth touch of Bitcoin. Whichever way it goes. Major touches. Keep in mind the environment we're in as well. We're still in an accumulation phase overall. If you zoom out, we're still in an accumulation phase. So fourth touch down, we got a breakdown. Now we're back in the accumulation phase. Ideally, we do what we call 3 waves down. So for us, this is the first wave down. And it's also just a retrace of this entire unchecked area where we pumped up. But let's get to the good part. The bullish part of what's happening. That's the bearish part in my mind. The bullish part I'll show you here just for my short-term targets. I think we're going to chop a little bit more, and then we're going to hit somewhere between 27K and somewhere right there 26,700 for another little bullish retest up before we possibly come back down and reaccumulate. And then figure out where we're at in the market. The highest we can possibly go. I'm still looking for this bump and run pattern trend line touch again. Obviously, we were playing along it this whole time. We pulled back. Now we're going to accumulate, and I think we have a possibility of touching it again. The exciting part is, yes, we're gonna see a retouch of a higher of 27K possibly. But even more exciting, you know, if you've watched my videos long enough, you know I deal in fractals. Let's look for fractals. What fractals are we looking at? This entire pattern here, this entire pattern is what we're trying to fractalize. Okay, everything that happened here, exactly how it happened, not exactly, very, very close to how it happened. Break down, reaccumulate, break back up. So that's what we're looking for. Keep that in mind. Let's zoom in. We're on the 8 hour. Let's zoom into, we can even zoom into the 1 week if we want, just to simplify it a little bit more. Now we're going to take a look at what happened during the drop from 20K to well, whatever it was, 25K to 15.6K. Very similar pattern playing out. Let me move this volume out the way. Okay, very similar pattern playing out. If you compare the pattern to where we're at here on the, if you zoom in on the 8 hour where I just showed you, this same exact pattern played out from the 25K drop to the 15.6. We're getting the same exact action happening here. We're going to zoom in again. Okay, we're getting that same, very similar action. So now let's zoom in on that same exact action that I'm showing you over here. Okay, we got the move up. Everybody's excited. Oh, we might be going back to 22K after we dumped after the ETF decision. Oh no, we didn't. And you got all the people talking about, oh, we're going to 10K, 12K Bitcoin. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. These people have been waiting for this for 9 months now. 9 months they've been either wrong, shorting this uptrend, or just out of the market. Those aren't true traders to me. If you're a true trader, you're figuring all this out and you're trading it. Okay? Whether you're a day trader, swing trader, or even a long-term trader. Long-term traders are buying this. If they're bullish, they're buying this, and they're buying anything touching this trend line, then they're buying anything under the trend line for long-term holdings. Back to my point. Very similar pattern happening here. Longer period of time, obviously. We're getting into a time crunch going into the halvening. Very similar pattern happening right here. So what can we expect from that move? We still have most of this move. I'm rushing through this, but at the same time, I'm thinking I haven't made an update video in a while, so let me make this worth it. I'll make some shorts videos to, you know, zoom in on some of my points that I'm making, but overall, let me just slow down a little bit. All right, this is important stuff. So this is the same area we're working on as we're working on here. Okay, again, it's not going to look exact same. It's very similar action, price action. You see what I'm saying? This move up here, we're in a time where the time is crunching. Okay, you have to keep that in mind. It's not going to be the same exact time frame. And very similar time action happening here. Okay, so what can we expect? We got the little drop down. Actually, yeah, let's zoom forward a little bit, because we got the drop. We're getting slight accumulation. Okay, drop, slight accumulation. So what can we expect? We can probably expect here we had several more days, maybe even a week more of chop sideways until we broke out to the upside. Okay, and where was the first place we went? We went to the top of this, back to the top of this range. So can we expect to go back to 29K, or can we expect a lower high in this environment where we're basically waiting for October, probably November, December, most likely January for the ETF decision to be made? So where we can accumulate more Bitcoin, more of our favorite token, most likely. So we're gonna stick with our idea of hitting 28.5, 28.6. Most of the time these retraces come back up to somewhere around here, this little elbow, this little shoulder right here. 26,700 could be possible. If we hit this 180-day trend line again, that's very possible. Let's put that, I guess we're gonna put that into perspective. Okay, if we end up doing exactly what happened here, that's what we're gonna see. That's the exciting part of this. Can we chop for another few days? Yeah, obviously. We have a move up, more shorters come in at this range, and we have a move up here, and then we come here, and then we start making our move up to there, and then the idea is we recreate this pattern here, but on a shorter time frame. Okay, can we go all the way back to the top of this range to 31K before breaking back down to, you see where I'm going? Breaking back down to 28K, somewhere between 28K, 27K, retesting those ranges. Look at that retest here, break up, retest there. We're retesting this zone and this zone. We break up again. We come all the way back down, and this was the FTX drop. And then we came back up. Binance bought all of it back up on spot Bitcoin on their market with BUSD, which is about to be a defunct token. defunct stablecoin. Okay, so keep in mind we could possibly get a very similar retest over here. Okay, so again, my targets are 27,000, 28.5, and 29.6. If all this plays out exactly the same, shorters will get wrecked during this time. Longers will, if you're patient, between 25k, maybe even a 24k drop, little wick down over the next week, over the next 3-4 days, honestly, then we could see these moves. We could see this move back up. We could accumulate until October, until the next ETF decision at the beginning of October. We can accumulate for a month here. We can chop for a month between 24k. We can even get a 22k drop. But if we're going similar to what happened with the chop between 18k and 15k, then these are our targets. All right, keep that in mind. That's Bitcoin. Now we're going to move on to DXY. We had very similar, we're going to go back to what we were talking about earlier here with Bitcoin. We had very similar action here on the trend line. And obviously DXY has been going up. I was talking about in my group, it was a little fake out to me. I was saying if we broke out under this trend line here, we could see further downside, which is what this line is for. But we got a little fake out and then a breakout back above this major trend line, third touch. Bitcoin's really the only asset that needs 4 touches to figure out where it's trying to go. Let's see how long we're going. 13 minutes. All right, let's try to get through this. Bitcoin is what I really wanted to talk about. But DXY is bouncing off the trend line, nice little fake out below a local support, and then a nice little bounce up. But what I was seeing in Bitcoin, we could see some slight little relief if we're looking at what happened here. Well, yeah, I mean, if we're keeping it close to what happened here, and we could see some more accumulation, while DXY on Bitcoin keep people in their anger and frustration and depression feelings, while DXY finds itself trying to go to this 105 line on the major Fibonacci retest. And the 105 line, if you flip it around, let's get to it real quick while I'm here. We're talking 618 of this major move that started. The drop started from 114, almost 115, and all the way back down to, ideally we would have wanted for the asset markets, we would have wanted to see a drop below 95. We could chop here. Let's see. According to Market Cypher, it looks like we have a nice little breakout on the 8-hour, a green dot. The 1 day looks like it wants accumulation. RSI has bounced on the 1 day a few days ago. We could see a top out in a few days, and then we can see what we were talking about playing out with Bitcoin. Here, we're going to see this move up happen a little bit faster. It's not going to happen in, these are all multiple 8-hour candles. I imagine, like I said, we could see something like this happening a lot sooner than we expected. So don't sleep on a move back up during this week. Okay, DXY is the US dollar index, and it could be showing that. We still haven't had a higher high. Zoom in. We still haven't had a higher high, so we're gonna want to see something, as the kids say. We want to see something from DXY over 104.67, over 104.7 before we start talking about, oh, it's going higher. If it wants to go higher, it's going to hit this 618 level, and it's going to go further, and we'll probably see 109, and we'll probably see Bitcoin going down to, we'll probably see it going down to 22k. Worst case, I want to see Bitcoin we want to see Bitcoin going down to 22k. Worst case, before we start reaccumulating and waiting for January ETF to get some real bullish volume coming in from the corporations, hedge funds, managers, and financial institutions. Okay, moving on. Ethereum, I was going to say ETH. Ethereum, we're keeping it very simple. Look at the fractal. We had a big move up, retrace back up, which is what we're currently in right now. So sorry, we had a big move up, pull back, retrace back up to the 618 level. Ideally, we want to see 3,000 coming from Ethereum off of this ascending triangle. That's on the weekly. Market Cypher is showing a scoop up. It's showing it can potentially scoop up. We zoom into the 1 day. Same thing. It looks like we're going sideways. And what I was noticing here, another patterns continually repeat themselves. Let's take it's kind of what we need to see at the same time. This whole pattern here for Ethereum is repeating itself over and over. It's repeating itself over and over. We got the dump, accumulate, breakout back to original dump area, break back down, pull back up, You see the pattern happening. Boom, we can draw a trend line there before a break up. And then the pattern continues itself over and over again. We got the dump, accumulate, break up, pull back, break up, higher, 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 back to even high or a little slight higher, and then dump down, and same pattern over and over. And this little, we have a little microcosm of it happening here in this area. And ideally we want to see a move back up from, yeah, we can have a slight deviation if we look back here. Let's see, where would we start? We look back here, we get an accumulation, we should get a break up into this zone here, and that goes along with what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. And if the DXY happens to pull back as well, we could get a move back up to 1750 or 1800 before we get this trend line type of move, type of action happening over the course of several weeks. And in this course, we're in a smaller time frame. Over the course of several days, we end up drawing a line here that ends up being like a 45-degree line. Then we get this pinnacle here. Where are we at? October. Oh, we're in October. Hey, maybe the ETF will get approved for Bitcoin in October. Everything else is going to follow Bitcoin after that. And then we can get a breakup. We're going to get a breakup back to 2000. And then ideally, we want to see overall move back to 3,300 up until the halvening, the Bitcoin halvening, and then we see a drop. Ethereum necessarily won't drop all the way back down. We'll see a move back down to this support level, this new support level here from the future. Chop, 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 deviation, break up, breakout, accumulate, break up. Just gonna do whatever it does here. We get here, okay. Post having Ethereum, post having a Bitcoin, Ethereum usually takes over. If I'm remembering correctly, we could get a pullback somewhere between here. All right. And then Ethereum starts taking over, and all the other we get an altcoin rally while Bitcoin's going down. Okay, you get the idea. Then we get further breakout for Ethereum. Then Bitcoin catches up with the rest of the market, and then we go into a new bull market. Bitcoin new all-time high. Quote me on all that. If you can replay that and maybe I'll make a short out of that. Quote me. Okay. Now we're gonna go to Link real quick. Link is battling with this little trend line from a previous falling wedge that was falling column that was happening here. We have a lot of moving average lines going here. This is the 21-day, 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. Ideally, we want to see it go to short term. This is daily. We want to see it go to 678, 680 in concert with the move up that we're expecting from Bitcoin over this next week. Worst case, it runs back down this red candle and we accumulate somewhere here. We drag this back over. This is a zone we don't want to see it go below. If it does, it's Chainlink. It's the most important token in the world besides Bitcoin. Accumulate more of it. That's all I'm doing. I'm buying Chainlink every time we get a dip, buying it up. Okay, you won't be disappointed. The idea of where Chainlink is going to go after it breaks from this 1.5 year accumulation is very high. Okay, last video I believe I talked about it going back to $34, $53, somewhere around, what was it? Ultimately, if you're checking in my group in the Discord, link below, I've been talking about Link for the past few months. Now's the time to accumulate. I was talking about it going somewhere between $200, $250 before pulling back, and then possibly even $1,000. Not a joke. Anybody who loves XRP, sorry, XRP is not Chainlink. Chainlink is actually doing things, actually connected to Swift, the #1 money transfer protocol the world has used over the past 50, 60 years. They are now directly partnered with, they will be handling all blockchain transactions for Swift. That just happened 2 days ago. So Chainlink will break out of this zone eventually once all their political buddies have, they've had 1.5 years to load up. And this whole Swift idea has been the idea since the inception of Chainlink, which is why I was bullish on it from 32 cents, okay, since way back here. I read the white paper, just like XRP. I read the white paper. I was in XRP at 1/4 penny. All right, rode it all the way up to, I sold most of mine for $1, but rolled it all the way up for 400x. Okay, Chainlink, I did the same thing, rolled it all the way up to $53, rode that up for 3000x. Okay, that's Chainlink. PEPE, we have a deviation below. This token is getting hit because the owners, the creators of this token don't have as much conviction as the Dogecoin creators did, or at least the few of them that did. Even they sold their stuff. Okay, ideally, keep it simple. We want to see it come back to 0.0001819, whatever. We're going to get a slight deviation below the exchanges, centralized exchanges lows, and then we want to see it start accumulating in this zone and slowly going up, and then breaking this all-time high of 0.0003536, whatever you want to call it. All right, keep buying. If you're buying spot, if you're just buying the token and you're not buying leverage, and just keep buying. We'll get there. 2024 we'll get a new all-time high, and then 2025 we'll be going into new all-time highs until fall. Okay, possibly even summer. Okay, XRP people, we got an accumulation going on here. I hate XRP charts, and so, but the good thing is we could have a breakout very soon. We got a cross of the moving average lines on the RSI, so we could have a breakout very soon. Let me figure out. I see in trend lines. That's how I see everything. All right, so we want to see XRP make a breakout, and that would be a 10% increase. We want to see XRP hit somewhere. We want to see it test these areas here. All right, what are those areas? Let me mark them out for you. Where is it? Price label. All right, obviously we're right there. We want to see it hit. What are we on, the 8 hour? I mean, I guess that's a good, let's see. We want to see it hit there. Copy paste. And ultimately, we want to see it break back over 57. If you were paying attention in my group, I saw the breakdown coming. I drew this trend line out. I haven't touched this chart in a month. But after this breakout here, after, they won their case, same thing happened with Grayscale recently, right? With Bitcoin, we pulled all the way back somewhat below. We got a deviation below. I was like, look to accumulate under around between 57 cents and 54 cents. We got even lower. We got, if you're XRP maximalist, you got 42 cents opportunity. We went all the way back. We retraced everything. All right, I thought we would bounce somewhere between here and there and do this accumulation dance, but now we have to earn it all back with real, instead of speculation, we're gonna have to have real news, and they're gonna have to do real things with their ecosystem like Chainlink is doing. And maybe we'll revisit 57 cents to 60 cents at this location here, but ultimately we should be swinging back up. The market should be swinging back up. Ultimately, we want to see 65 cents at the 618 level. Okay, and for a bonus, I have a bonus for everybody. EDU, we had what was the coin? We had Cyber going crazy. It's a Web3 social media platform. It went from, let me just show everybody. I'll just go back to that one. We'll go to Binance. Okay. Most of the exchanges had this crazy wick action happening here. I was like, we'll probably go back to $15, $16, $17. Boom, what'd we get? This Binance, we got 16 again. I was on BingX, we got 16.5, 16.50. Okay, close enough as I called it. Where's it at? Close enough as I called it over here. Again, the link is below for the Discord group, the invite link. Right here, close enough. Called 17 here. Really possible. Close enough. 350% from entry. All right, if you want more entries, join the Discord, and I'll give you the instructions on how to do that. I post targets daily. All right, so from here, maybe we'll get the same type of action with Cyber, but all this was market maker manipulation. Most of the tokens were at one exchange or one wallets, and they made this happen. All right, we got a retrace of all this. I call these elevator wicks. Whether it's going up green, we're going up, red, we're going down, and we could come all the way back down to $4, honestly. Okay, depending on the action of Bitcoin, it might come back up to this level here, $8, $9, maybe even $10, and then we're gonna get a swing back down. All right, so that was Cyber. That happened, that craziness, that madness happened, and that's what we do in my Discord. We find the outperforming tokens, the tokens that are outperforming the major assets like Bitcoin. While Bitcoin is doing this, dying on itself, Cyber did this. Okay, so that's what we do. We talk about, we explore the outperforming assets. And so if we go back, we're looking at, as I talked about in the members only group, somebody else posted OX102. OX posted in social media. He got the same idea I did, which is how I found his post. Great minds think alike. After Cyber's continuous all-time highs, today ID saw a price surge, which was true. I played Hook. I showed Hook. Gave an idea of what Hook can do. It underperformed, only went to 83. If you were in and you were putting your stop loss in, then if you kept raising your stop loss, then you would have at least been in profit. Okay. And then we also got EDU. Now EDU, as one of my great members, one of the group's great members posted about EDU. Let's go to open chat real quick. As she posted out, yes, we have females in our group and they're about it, especially Angela. As Angela posted, where did you post it, Angela? EDU. It's Bitcoin. Dang it. Sorry. Where'd she post it? Free alpha, hook. Airdrop. Sorry, we have an airdrops group. Videos will be coming out about tutorials about how to get free money. Yes, free money. There's free money in crypto. There is still free money. You just have to follow. You just have to do a few small things in order to earn the airdrops. So let's see if we can scroll all the way down. And what did she post? She posted about EDU. She does her damn research. She's very good at her research. Okay, come in here, chat with her, and pick her mind about what she knows. She's very bright. Okay, confirmed airdrop for EDU Labs. Guess what that means? Oh, cost $0, potential gain thousands plus. And there's the thread. Come into the group, click on the airdrops channel, and the link will be right there. That'll be a whole separate video on exactly how to do it. Okay, so EDU has an airdrop coming out. They're trying to do exactly what Cyber and what ID did. ID came out the gates hard. Okay, so our eyes are on EDU for the next, what do we call it, outperformer. Okay, so my targets, we're going daily. Okay, we still don't have a 200-day purple line yet. So let's go back to the 12-hour. This is what we are looking for. Let's go to the daily again. Okay, we retraced all of this, and we're gonna have to Fibonacci this to get the levels. Okay, let me just flip it back over. We got the bounce we wanted. Nope, let's see. It looks like we got the bounce we wanted at the 236, which is ideal. Okay, this is supposed to go all the way down here. Okay, we got the bounce we wanted at the 236. And if this is a Binance Labs token, by the way, keep that in mind. That is very important. This is a Binance Labs token, as we discussed as discussed in this post. And these are also all the Binance tokens: ID, Cyber, Hook, and EDU. They put whatever they put their money in, they're gonna get their money out of. And so what do? They manipulate the token. Okay, ideally we're gonna scoop up. We're gonna look something like this, and we want to go up to this. Basically, we want to hit $1. I'm gonna keep it short and simple with you guys. We want to hit $1, but if we're outperforming, if we're doing what Binance wants to happen, we're starting to hit these levels up here. The 1236, the 1618, the 2, and we're going to start talking about crazy numbers with EDU. We have an airdrop coming out, and we're riding the social media Web3 app hype that's been going on lately. Cyber isn't the only one. ID isn't the only one. I'm forgetting the other one that happened recently that just blew the hell. Oh, Friendtech. Friendtech doesn't even really have a token yet. So, but these tokens, they're taking advantage of that. So we should get huge volume nodes coming back in from the people that bought in originally. They should be buying down here. They should be buying soon. Okay, so that's the bonus that I wanted to talk about. Keep an eye on EDU token. All the referral links are in the description below. Join BingX, join the Discord group. Come in and I'll show you how to get into the members group to get these free posts or these free targets. Okay, we're doing pretty well. Obviously all of them aren't going to hit, but guess we are doing very well for all the targets we've been talking about. Arkham needs to come back up. Arkham is another manipulated token that needs to come back up. We're hitting 200%. Okay, I think I was posting more on the open chat. We're hitting 300%, 400%, and we're scalping while Bitcoin's doing its thing. Again, links are going to be below. Join the Discord, join Twitter, and hit those referral links, and let's get trading. If you have any questions, let me know. That's going to be the end of the video. Have a great day, everyone.